Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Ginger Pierce, and I am one of the travel agents with Marvelous Mouse Travels. We are the agency that runs this Facebook group, along with several others that are focused on different destinations. We are also Universal's first ever diamond level agency, and that just speaks to the number of vacations that we plan every year to this destination, and obviously the level of expertise that comes along with that. We were also chosen by Universal Parks and Resorts as the top travel agency in the country for 2019. So we have a great working relationship with Universal, and we definitely love to travel there ourselves, but we also love to help all of you plan your vacations to this awesome destination. So welcome to Sundays with MMP. This is a weekly live agent panel video series that we do in one of our Facebook groups every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're really excited to be here tonight to talk to you about VIP tours. So we have a lot of information that we're going to share with you about VIP tours, but we also would love to take your questions. So if at any point during the video you have a question or want to make a comment, maybe you'd like to share your own experiences with VIP tours, go ahead and drop those into the comment section and we will get to all of those towards the end of the video. We are using a platform called StreamYard to go live tonight, and you may be asked to approve StreamYard to display your profile picture as well as your username. Just know that you can decline that permission and you can still post anonymously and we'll still be able to interact with you. So I'm joined tonight by three of our marvelous agents. Ladies, thank you so much for being here tonight. And if you would just take a second to tell everybody your name, how long you've been with the agency, and the best way for them to get in touch with you if they'd like to plan a vacation.
Hey guys, my name is Taylor Flowers. I have been with Marvelous Mouse Travels for almost 4 years. You can reach me on my Facebook page at facebook.com/TaylorMMT.
Hi guys, my name's Jen McGurn and I have been with Marvelous Mouse Travels for a little over 4 years as well. And you can reach me at my Facebook page, which is listed below. Thanks.
Hey everybody, I am Katie Taylor and I have been with Marvelous Mouse Travels for almost 5.5 years. So if you need to get in touch with me, you can contact me at my Facebook page, Traveling with Katie T. Love to talk to you.
And again, I'm Ginger. I have been with the agency just over 3 years. And the best way to get in touch with me is to visit my blog, which you can find at gingermmt.com. So, ladies, as we all know, Universal is always looking for different ways to kind of level up the guest experience. And one of the main ways that they do that is through their VIP tours. And VIP tours are obviously a great option for people who are looking for that premier level of access and the ability to ride most of Universal's popular attractions without having to wait in line. So, for people who are maybe new to the world of Universal VIP tours, there are two options. There is a private VIP tour, there's a non-private VIP tour. So let's kind of talk to people about the differences between those.
So both of the tours are going to get you behind the scenes access. They're going to get you right to the front of the line, as Ginger said, to the most popular attractions. The big difference comes in with non-private. It's just like it sounds. You're going to have other guests on your tour with you. It's not quite as customizable as a VIP tour. And then, of course, the private VIP tour does have a few more perks, and I'll let somebody else have a turn.
Right. So the semi-private VIP tour, there could be other people with you on your tour. So if you're a big adrenaline person and you have another family with you that maybe have small children, they're going to have to tailor that to both of you. Whereas if you had a private VIP tour experience, they're really going to cater that to what you and your group want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with everything that they just said. So I can't really think of anything else to add to that. It's the VIP tour is going to be definitely more for something, like she said, that's really catered to your group. So if your group has the younger kids and wants to do Seuss Landing and things like that, it'd be great. But if you have teenagers, they can totally take you to all the thrill rides and all of those rides. And it just makes it so much better and so much more seamless depending on where you go for those private tours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and these ladies have made a great point that, there is a great level of access that comes with either option. I'm just looking right now at the list of things that come with the non-private VIP tour, and there, that priority front of line access that we talked about, exclusive behind the scenes experiences, depending on availability, of course, but you can actually get to go kind of backstage and sneak into the parks a little bit faster through different things. You get to see some cool things backstage that you wouldn't ordinarily get to see during a park day. Complimentary valet parking, reserved seating at the shows. There's a continental breakfast and lunch at Cafe La Bamba that comes included with that. You get a City Walk party pass on the day of your VIP tour. You get discounts at select Universal-owned merchandise locations, and you also get Express Pass after your tour is over for the remainder of that day. You get the unlimited Express Pass as well. And that's just with the non-private. When you're talking about the private now, I think it was Jen, somebody mentioned that there are some extra perks that come with that non-private option. What are those extra perks?
So with the with the private option, you also get a dinner at one of Universal's table service restaurants, and you get a 3-day photo pass along with that as well. So that's definitely, in addition to customizing it to be exactly what you want, those are 2 extra things that you're going to get as well.
Yeah, definitely. And if you think about, the price of, and we'll talk about pricing here in just a second, but if you think about the price of just meals in the theme parks, the price of the VIP tour includes that, and so that's something to kind of keep in mind. And also too, you're not having to fight through lines at quick service locations or anything like that. Like, you have a designated place and time to go and to have your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner. And so it's just a much easier way to do a theme park vacation, which, we'll talk about a little bit more in just a second. What are some of the rides that are included with each of these options?
My favorite that I've gotten to do and just skip the complete line for was Hagrid's, which is a huge advantage. That ride gets up to 2 hours long easily. So that was my favorite whenever we went on a VIP tour. We actually got to ride it twice in a row, and I felt very spoiled. So I loved it.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. If you're on that private VIP tour and you want to stay on Hagrid's and ride right through again, you can ride right through again. That is amazing.
Awesome.
And the same with like the other thrill rides like Hulk and some of those Rip Ride Rocket and what's that other one that I'm thinking of? I can't even think of it. Anyway, those big ones, the ones that my teenage son wants to ride all the time, those are the ones that he always wants to hit, and he hits them over and over and over again. So yeah, those are amazing to not have to wait in line for those. Because even with the Express Pass, sometimes on those rides, the express line can still be a little bit longer. Not that it's as long as the standby line, but still, with private tour, you are up there and you get right on it is literally front of the line access. It's a really nice perk for that, for sure.
Yeah. And I think, that's probably an important distinction to make for people, because a lot of people might be wondering, well, if I have express passes, like let's say I'm staying at Royal Pacific or Hard Rock and I get those unlimited express passes included with my stay, what's the difference between that and a VIP tour? And Katie, hit it right on the head. It's front of line access with these tours. So with the express pass, sometimes you get to walk right on the ride, but what Express really gives you is access to wait in the Express Pass line. So you still might be, especially at busier times, you still might be waiting in a little bit of a line. Whereas with these VIP tours, you're not. Like, you are fast tracked to the very front of the line for everything, which is awesome. Definitely great. And you also do get that Express Pass even once your tour is over. You still get Express for the remainder of your day. So let's talk a little bit about pricing, because that's probably the next big question that people have. So what is the starting price of each VIP tour option?
So I know non-VIP tour is going to start at $189 per person, depending on the kind of season it is, so that you can expect that to be a little bit higher whenever you are having some peak seasons, like holidays and in the summer months when it's crazy busy. So you're going to have a little bit of a fluctuation of prices, but that's where it starts.
Mm-hmm. And there's
And
also a couple. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, just to piggyback on that, your price is really going to fluctuate greatly depending on your day of the week, the time of year. I mean, we could tell you it starts at off-peak season price starting $189 per person, but if you're talking to us about Christmas week, that's not your starting price. So it's a huge difference. Your private VIP tour could go anywhere from $3,000 on up to potentially $5,000-$6,000, just depending on your group and on the time of year.
Mm-hmm. And another thing we need to clarify, is park admission included in that price, or is park admission separate?
Park admission is separate. You have to have a valid park admission for that day, and that VIP tour price is on top of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's something that if you are an annual pass holder, because Universal does have pretty inexpensive annual pass options, this would be a great thing to splurge on for maybe a birthday or a graduation present or something like that. Like if you already have that park admission paid for with your annual pass, you can usually get a discount on your hotel with your annual pass, and then you can do something special and splurge, for a big day if you want to. And maybe it helps, that price not hit quite as hard, if you're wanting to do that private one, which starts at about $3,000. If you already have park admission taken care of, that's really great as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Or even just booking at a time of the year where there's a great ticket special.
Right. Yeah,
definitely if you have annual passes, it's a great option. But if you get in at a time that you're getting a great, they have that buy 2 days, get 2 free, or that sort of ticket offer, that's definitely going to help soften the blow of a private VIP tour.
For sure.
Yes.
So how many people can go on a private VIP tour?
That's 5, up to 5.
Yeah. So pretty much just one family for most people. I mean, obviously, if you have a family of 6, which is probably a question. And Katie, you were just telling us you quoted it for a family of 6 just a couple weeks ago. So what did you have to do?
So I had to call it in, and she priced it out for me. It was actually for January the 2nd, and a private VIP tour for a family of 6 was around $5,600.
Because technically you're booking 2, right? You're kind of booking 2 VIP tours.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because you can only have up to 5. So yeah, you have to add that extra person, which actually adds another tour.
Yeah.
So.
And if you are on a non-private, roughly how many people are in the party? Like in the tour group? Any of y'all ever done the non-private?
I don't know that I have.
You haven't? Okay, I have done
I
did the Christmas one, which was a non-private tour last year, and we had in our tour group, I think we had about 10 people, 8 to 10 people in ours. And so it was really just us and another family, my family of 4 and another family of 4 and our tour guide. And that one's, it's run by the VIP tour department. It's not technically called a VIP tour, but for all intents and purposes, in a lot of ways it is. But it was great. We absolutely loved even that non-private experience. We loved that because we got to go backstage. We got to our tour guide was an absolute wealth of information. He ran the whole VIP tour. He was the boss of all the tour guides. And so he knew everything about those parks. He knew all the history. He was able to point stuff out to us. It was just really an awesome experience. So even that non-private option is great. If you can spring for the private one, that's even better because then you get to kind of customize your itinerary. But even if you stick with that non-private, you're going to have a phenomenal time because they just do such a good job with it.
They do.
And
I was going to say
yeah,
the tour guides are amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
and they really, I mean, they know the ins and outs. They know the behind the scenes. They know all the fun facts. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a really cool experience just to engage with them. And one thing that we do want to mention is on either tour, you do want to be prepared to tip your tour guide.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They put in a lot of time and effort on those. They're
They
amazing.
do.
They're
They're
so
awesome.
It's
And
funny.
they hold your bags. You know,
They
they
hold
hold
bags.
bags and they
One of our
you
tour
really-
guides with all of our backpacks.
Yes,
Or
yes,
the
they're carrying backpacks. They have umbrellas in case it rains. I mean, they're great.
Yeah, they are.
Awesome.
I remember we wanted to take a picture in front of the tree, like the big Christmas tree in Universal Studios. And we were trying to like, hold it, selfie it and everything. And our tour guide was like, no, I got you. And he like stopped the walking traffic and like, so that we could get an obstructed view of it behind us. And he took our picture and everything. And I was like, I felt like royalty.
So we have that in Gringotts Bank in front of the teller at Gringotts, and he like made everyone move. Like it was amazing.
Yeah,
we felt very comfortable. It was awesome.
We had a tour guide. We went through the Jimmy Fallon ride, and we wanted to get a picture, and he said, "I have the best spot for you." Took us through the NBC studio and out this back door. So we were on like a patio with Rip Ride Rocket behind us.
Oh wow!
And it was so cool.
Nice.
But as he took us through the secret little hallway, #the panda was there. So then in addition to our very cool backdrop, we had private pictures with #the panda. And it was so fun. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Now talk to people a little bit about the food. What's the food like at the continental breakfast and lunch in particular?
Oh, you got to pick from pastries to beverages to like eggs and different things. I mean, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It
was a full breakfast.
Yeah, it was a full breakfast.
Yeah. Great way to start your day. And they have coffees and juices and waters. And I mean, and they tell you take water bottles with you for the, for while you're on the tour. It was great. And the lunch, they highlight popular items from each of the restaurants throughout the park.
Yes, they do.
That is really cool. It's a really cool way to get to experience, multiple. So you're choosing your appetizer from one popular restaurant, and then maybe your main course from another popular restaurant, and then of course dessert. So that's a really nice experience.
Yeah. And we were talking about this before we started the live portion of it. When you take into account the amount of money that a quick service breakfast or a quick service lunch would cost, you're looking at probably about $15 per person. And so, that really is included. And, especially with that private VIP tour, you're also getting dinner at a table service restaurant, the photo package, all of this other stuff, valet parking, which are typically upcharges that you'd have to pay for out of pocket. All of that is coming with unlimited express pass included with the cost of this. So, you look at that price tag of, oh man, starting at $189, and you might kind of, think, oh, I don't really know if it's worth it. But when you think about all of the things that you're getting with that you typically would have to pay out of pocket for, it is, I think, a good value, which kind of leads into the last question here, which is, do you think that VIP tours are worth the investment?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
And how come?
I think, like,
for me,
all of the things that are included.
We're ready to jump in. Go ahead.
We all have things to say.
Yes.
I think what you said, Ginger, about all of the things that are included that you would have to pay for otherwise, at the end of the day, I mean, if you have express passes, 3 meals, a photo pass, I mean, it's paying for itself, in my opinion. I mean, it really is.
And I just love the fact that you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. It's not, oh, let me check and see what the wait times are, and let's see what I need to, which park do I need to go to first? You can go wherever you want to. Like, to me, time is money. And I feel like that your money is definitely well spent with the time that you have that tour for, because you can just totally get everything that you want to do and make it the perfect day at Universal, and you don't have to worry about it because it's going to be taken care of.
Mhm.
So that's what I like the most about it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. I mean, time is money, 100%. You have someone getting you from point A to point B to the things that you want to see, to the popular attractions, making sure that you don't miss things because, you got stuck over here doing something in Jurassic Park,
Right.
and you didn't make it over to the Wizarding World in time to see something that you really wanted to see
Yeah.
or experience. So I think you're getting so much in such a somewhat short amount of time, that by the time that your tour is finished, the other things that you want to check off, you have plenty of time to get
Mhm.
those done. So you're really getting a full experience of those parks
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
on your own you might not be getting quite the same experience.
Right. And when you do finish up your tour, if there is a favorite attraction you want to go back and experience again, you've got Express Pass, included, and you can go back and do that again. And I totally agree. I think that these are definitely worth the investment. And again, especially for that special occasion, like maybe that graduation or that special birthday or a honeymoon or something like that. I have booked for my clients the private VIP tour. I have booked the non-private ones. I have never had a client who booked a VIP product come back and say that they were unhappy with it. And I'm sure, that's your experience as well, because this is something that we as agents can book for our clients. And so, that it's not any extra to book it through us, as just like it's not any extra to book any element of your vacation through us, as opposed to directly on Universal's website or calling in and booking it yourself. So when you have an agent in your corner, plus you have this VIP tour, you really don't have to worry about anything when you think about it. Like all you really have to do is pay for it, and then everything else is kind of taken care of for you. And it is just that special kind of top tier experience. So I think we had a couple of comments that came through. So let's take a look at those to kind of round things out. Hi, Katie. Thanks for watching. We love Katie. Katie's a great agent as well. Hello. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
Lisa.
Yes, Marisha. Now, Marisha, too, this says a lot because Marisha is a local. So she can go to Universal pretty much anytime she wants to, and she still thinks this is the way to go for sure. Oh, there you go. More concurrence. Yep. Yeah, it is one of those things, I'm sure, that once you go that route, going without it again might be a little bit more difficult.
It's hard. It's hard to do it.
Yeah,
I've done
definitely.
Well, and I will say, absolutely, I have sent quotes to clients, and sometimes there is that initial sticker shock.
Mhm.
And then when you talk through it and talk about all the points that we've just
Right.
discussed, it starts to make more sense. And I had a client last summer who really, she held off until pretty close to the last minute, and then she booked it, and she literally texted me from the tour and said, I am so glad you talked me into this. She said, this is the best day we've had here so far.
Right.
And she said it was 100% worth it for them to
Yeah.
do. They did the private tour. So
Absolutely.
Yep.
And also too, if you're interested in some of those seasonal events, like if you are really into Halloween Horror Nights, there is an RIP tour, which is the VIP tour specifically for that event. I have booked that for clients as well. Now, Halloween Horror Nights is not personally my thing, so I have not done the RIP tour. But for people who love that, I have, again, never had a client who came back and said that they were unhappy that they went with that tour, because it's that same level of priority front of line access, but just for the houses, that can be, even with Express, that can be a longer wait, because that is just such a popular event. There is that great holiday tour that they did last year. I'm hoping to see that come back for this year, because that was just so much fun. They had, you got to meet the Grinch in Circus McGurkus. You got to have cookies, Christmas cookies. You got to mail something from Hogsmeade. You got a private showing of the castle lights on, Hogwarts. It was so magical, especially that time of year with all the decorations. You got a private walkthrough of the tribute store and of the Macy's, balloons and everything. It was really awesome. So I can't recommend the VIP products highly enough. And I'm sure, all of you guys probably feel the same way. But thank you so much to everybody who watched tonight. We really enjoyed getting to hear from you. I think we did we just had another one come up. It's another person who loves that VIP tour. So, I know it is an investment, but just look at the amount of people just since we've been on for 25 minutes who have talked about having fantastic experiences with it. So if you are interested in getting more information about VIP tours from any of the agents that you heard from tonight, our contact information is all back at the beginning of the video. So if you joined us a little bit late, you can go back to the beginning and you can get all of the information. Just keep in mind that it is the same price to book a VIP tour or to book your whole Universal vacation through us as it would be to go on Universal's website and book it yourself. But when you book with us, you are getting that concierge level vacation planning services. You're getting someone in your corner. If something unforeseen comes up and there's an issue, somebody else is waiting on hold for potentially hours to take care of that for you, all at no additional cost to you. And we can book everything from theme park vacations to cruises to all inclusives and beyond. So feel free to reach out if you're interested in planning a vacation. Next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be in our Disney World group talking about the 50th anniversary and everything that Disney World has planned to celebrate their 50th anniversary. And so they have so much stuff to look forward to. So if you're thinking about a split stay between Universal Orlando and Disney, definitely check that out next Sunday at 8. But we hope to see you again. And thank you again so much for joining us tonight. Bye, everybody.
Bye.